저희가 오늘 준비한 거는 최신 업데이트에 대한 사항들을 말씀을 드리겠는데, 사실은 이 모든 사항들이 선생님들이 좀 잘 활용하시고 하시는 의료 현장에서 좀 도움이 되셨으면 하는 바람에서 저희가 이런 자리를 마련했다고 보시면 될 것 같습니다. 저희가 오늘 첫 번째로는 히라 가이드라인이 저희가 반영된 새로운 버전이 이번에 출시되면서 여기에 대한 내용을 저희 AP 담당인 친다께서 설명을 드릴 예정이 있고요. 두 번째로 이어서는 실제적으로 쓰시는 그 라이브 데모 화면들을 저희 여기서 오신 민희라고 하는 저희 IBM 직원께서 설명드리도록 하겠습니다. 여기 참고로 저 민희는 미국에서 지금 현재 온콜로지스트고요. 헤마톨로지 전공하셨습니다. 텍사스 유니버시티 메디컬 스쿨에서 공부를 하셨고 그 병원에 오래 계셨었고요. 2018년도 작년에 저희 IBM에 합류하셨습니다. 그래서 혹시 뭐 또 의료적인 그런 클리니컬적인 그런 질문 있으시면 질문하셔도 충분히 이렇게 말씀 나누실 때가 되실 것 같습니다. 네, 그럼 저희가 먼저 친다부터 시작해서 설명드리도록 하겠습니다. Okay,
Thank you. Thank you for your time. I know we met last time. I just showed you that we are introducing HIRA in Watson for oncology, right? But that was just in PPT. But now we have that in the system. So I will show you how you can see Watson for oncology with HIRA reimbursement information. Okay. So let me first brief you on the different categories we have implemented. So with every treatment for a cancer, there are combination of drugs or single drug, either chemotherapy or other treatments. So for each drug or for each treatment, we classify them into these categories. So it can be fully reimbursable from HIRA, it can be fully reimbursable, but there are some conditions, like it is only reimbursable, it is stage 2 and stage 3 cancer, and you are applying that drug, then only it is reimbursable. Such kind of conditions. So in Watson, you will see for fully reimbursable, against the treatment there will be 3 dots, which means that it is fully reimbursable, and there will be detailed description. Also for 2 dots, it is fully reimbursable with condition, and if you click this one, then you will see what is the exact condition, like what stage 2 or stage 3 or stage 4, what is it reimbursing. Okay, and some drugs or some treatments are partially reimbursable. They are not fully reimbursable, but and in partial reimbursement also there is a condition. So we'll show you the condition. We will not only show you the condition, but we'll show you the exact HIRA book page. From HIRA book, HIRA gives you a book, right? So that HIRA book, we will show you the exact page where that treatment is mentioned. I'll show you in the live demo in the system. And there are some treatments which are non-reimbursable. So you will see only 1 dot here. Okay, and there are some treatments also that are not permitted in the Korea. You cannot practice that. That is also shown in there under non-reimbursable. I'll show you how that looks. And there are some treatments which are not applicable, like under observation, where there is no drug. So there is no treatment as such, but it's under observation. So such kind of treatments are not applicable. So we keep it as blind. So what you will see is a treatment and these decorators, and you click that, then you will see all of these info.
The dot, okay. Last dot color is different or same?
This one?
Dot.
The last dot is a gray dot, gray color. Gray color. Yeah, gray color, yes. These are all blue color dots, okay. So in future we will change this, we will divide this between non-reimbursable and not permitted. So not permitted will have a red dot, cannot go. But that will be next release. On this release we will have only this, in this version we will have only this. We will change as we go, okay, but this is what. So let me show you one case in the system itself. So this is a case of 44 age, performance status 0, endometrial cancer, stage 4B, surgery is done, radiation therapy is done, systemic therapy none. So I have entered all the attributes here, okay, required attributes, and then if I go to the treatment page, you see the systemic therapy. If I click on systemic therapy, you will see the treatment options. So for this patient, these many treatment options are there. There are some green, there will be some yellow, there will be some red. Okay, green means it's recommended. Yellow is for consideration and the acceptable, and the red is cannot practice. So you see now HIRA against each one. So this is not reimbursable, this is fully reimbursable with condition or partial reimbursable with condition. So let me tell you this one of the drug. First with fully reimbursed. So tamoxifen, you see tamoxifen is, he says 3 dot, and if I click here, it says fully reimbursement with condition, with fully reimbursement. This drug is fully reimbursed, and it is there in this 86 page. So if I click on the 86 page, it will show me the HIRA book here.
Nice.
Another HIRA tab will open. The same condition will be shown here, and you can go and see the tamoxifen here. So if I increase the page, okay. You see number 9 tamoxifen here. So this is the HIRA booklet. You follow this booklet. So this is how it is flowing through. Let me take another case, another drug. So let's say see carboplatin and paclate acid. So this drug, carbo and paclate acid, it's fully reimbursable with condition, and this is the condition which is there. Okay, you can see a brief condition. If you want to see exact book, it's there in the same 86 page. And if I go there, I can see carbo and paclate acid. I'm just making it bigger. You see carboplatin and paclate acid there. And that condition, the same condition is upstairs. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the exact book to follow. Let me show you the book.
Current page.
Yeah, you know this book, right? The same book. Okay, let's take 2 more examples. So this was fully reimbursable with condition. Then okay, so let's take this, which is not reimbursable. Okay, so aroma Tesco is not reimbursable. Let me go to the HIRA. It will take 1 minute. Okay, we are there. You know this Excel sheet, right? This is the Excel sheet from HIRA. And it is said in the row number 2075 and 2139. So if I go to row number 2075, I'm just making it bigger. See, this is aroma. This is the drug we are talking about. Okay, so aromatase inhibitor next, and then if I go to so this one is not reimbursable. So you remember all of these categories now. We have shown fully reimbursable, which shown with conditions. There will be someone with partial condition. This is not reimbursable. So let me show you one which is not reimbursable. Okay. So this combination, cisplatin, doxorubicin and paclitaxel, if I see this is one dot, this is HIRA not permitted. Okay, and if I click that, it shows me you cannot practice this in HIRA, and it is said in the row number 94. So this is from HIRA. Okay, this Excel sheet. This is from HIRA. So in row number 94, if I go to the 94, you see this three drug combination. Right?
Yeah.
So we are showing you the HIRA, not only that, but we are showing you here itself what is the condition, whether it is reimbursable, not reimbursable, fully reimbursable, and the exact row number or page number. If it's a page, then we show you the page. If it is a row number from Excel, we show you the row number, and then you can do it. And this is updated, we will take 1 or 2 months to update this. When the HIRA releases, we will have 2 months lag, because we understand the information, then we need to update system. It takes 1 month or so. Okay, and this is not done in US. This is done by doctors from GSAM Medical Center and their reimbursement office. Okay, so it is local Korean brain which is gone in.
How many updates in a year for your Watson college?
Minimum 4.
Four.
Minimum 4.
How
But-
about HIRA?
HIRA will be more than that.
What is your schedule for update of HIRA?
Like every 2 months,
No, update in Watson college.
update in Watson every 2 months.
Every 2 months?
No.
You don't do
You mean
recruitment.
how many versions per year, right?
Yeah.
Usually three new versions. But this year, between the point 2 and point 3, there is a long period of time, because now we are a certified medical device category 2B in Europe. So from February until now, we haven't had
Long
any
time.
release, because we want to release this version as a fully certified medical device in Europe. So we have that. But usually about 3 or 4 versions per year. This year there was one in February, there is one this month, and there will be one more in December. So this year is a little different, but it's because we took the time to get the medical device status
I
for
see.
the European Union.
But HIRA is frequently updated, so you have
Yeah.
some schedule for.
Yeah, I will match with HIRA. So there are 2 changes. One is Watson for oncology, updating new cancers or existing cancers, going into depth. Okay, supporting more modalities and stuff. That is one kind of update. And second update is HIRA. Okay, so I will make sure that both are hand in hand. So HIRA has released just now on 29th September a new book. So we are updating that now.
I see.
This is before 29th. Until 29th September, we released this on 25th September, and HIRA released new book on 29th September. So by end of the October or middle of the November, we should see a new HIRA booklet inside.
I see. It will be hard work because bidirectionally
Yeah, yes.
correlation.
Correlation. That is what the problem
Difficult,
is.
hard.
Yeah, but we will do it. We will make sure that it is as updated as you
Yeah.
want.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, but people should use this after these many efforts. So please use at least 1 or 2 cases. Okay, so
생각이 안 썼다고 뭐라 하나도 안 썼다.
사용을 하셔야 이게 아끼고 한 걸 다 쓰실 수 있으신 거니까.
so for all the treatments, for all the supported cancers, we support 13 cancers. Every treatment you will see this kind of thing. And if you click on this, it will show up a bigger window and it will tell you the categories, the conditions, the page. the row, and whether it is permitted, not permitted, reimbursed, not reimbursed, and stuff. Any question on HIRA other than this?
It's enough.
Is enough. I will hand it over to Dr. Ming to actually take us through the new update which is coming in by October end. Okay?
저기 하얀 게 베이커 한 거.
네.
Okay.
What is your specialty?
breast.
Breast.
Breast surgeon?
Breast surgeon.
surgeon.
Okay.
Peritoneal seeding cancer, usually GI cancer.
GI cancer.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so the 19.3 release has a lot of updates because it's been 7 months since our last version. So the biggest update is in gastric cancer. So now we support surgical modalities in gastric cancer. You can enter newly diagnosed patients, patients who have had chemotherapy or chemotherapy and radiation, and patients who have already had surgery and have residual margins or local recurrence. So this is just a screenshot of obviously 2 different cases. So Watson will support anywhere from endoscopic resection all the way to total gastrectomy, depending on the case. MSK does not specify D1, D2 lymph node dissection, but I think in East Asia, everyone does the D2 lymph node dissection. The reason they do not specify is because in the US, the lymph node dissection sometimes depends on the skill level and the comfort of the surgeon. So we know if a surgeon who has no experience tries to do the D2 dissection, the outcome will be very bad. So MSK has left it purposefully more general for that reason. There is also a lot of updates in prostate cancer because a lot of new drugs have been approved. So metastatic disease, that's hormone sensitive, enzalutamide, and also radiation to the primary prostate. Hormone resistant, non-metastatic, darolutamide was approved. And then MSK doctors had a meeting and they decided for prostate cancer, they will support any prior line of therapy. So the patient can have had 6 prior treatments and they will continue to support that. Before they went up to 3rd line, but now they will support prostate cancer up to infinite number of lines of therapy. And I'll show you how they changed that. So for metastatic prostate cancer, there's 2 new attributes that's added. One question about DNA damage repair, and this is to check to see if the patient is eligible for the PARP inhibitors. That one's slightly covered up, but the only words you need to see is mismatch repair, and that's to check if the patient is eligible for immunotherapy for pembrolizumab. So the top one is an example of a metastatic hormone-sensitive patient with minimal systemic metastatic disease. There's now referral to radiation to support the STAMPEDE trial. And then on the bottom, enzalutamide and GnRH suppression combination has been added in that same metastatic setting in support of the ARCHES trial. And then of course, in the non-metastatic castrate-resistant setting, you have these 3 drugs, and darolutamide was added because it got the FDA approval this year. So now for prostate cancer, before it was quite difficult to enter case because you had to specify what the patient got, 1st line, 2nd line, 3rd line. Now Watson only asks you to specify what the patient received most recently and how long it's been. And then it'll take that information and recommend the next line of treatment. So ovarian cancer also got a really big update. So we were a little behind in ovarian cancer because we were not supporting maintenance bevacizumab and maintenance PARP inhibitors for patients with BRCA mutations. So all of that has now been caught up. So essentially, this is a case of a stage 3 ovarian cancer patient who had debulking surgery with some residual disease. So the adjuvant recommendations now, MSK has gone back, had a meeting with all their doctors. Before, everything was dose dance, but now they decided that in ovarian cancer, because there's no difference in survival benefit, that dose dance and every 3 week would both be recommended, and obviously the carbotaxol with bevacizumab and bevacizumab maintenance is also recommended. And then this is for the patients, if you enter in patients with the BRCA mutation, the recommendation would be PARP inhibitor maintenance therapy. In breast cancer, the support has been added for the KATHERINE trial, so TDM1, for patients who received neoadjuvant anti-HER2 therapy along with chemotherapy, who had surgery, who have residual disease. There is the option of, instead of continuing the prior anti-HER2, to change to TDM1. They refined the scoring for multifocal breast cancer. So you will not see this change, is all internal. So they changed it a little bit so that Watson is able to add up the different foci and stage the disease better. And then neratinib is quite unpopular in the US actually because it has very, very terrible side effects. So now neratinib doesn't appear with the other adjuvant therapies. It's only for patients who have completed chemotherapy plus trastuzumab, who you are seeking an additional adjuvant therapy, which actually makes it makes a lot more sense. So this is an example of a patient who had, let's say, AC followed by THP, had surgery, and then now looking for adjuvant options. So there's the option, of course, to continue the TP, the trastuzumab, pertuzumab, or per the KATHERINE trial to discontinue trastuzumab, pertuzumab, and instead to start the TDM1. So it's just a screenshot of what is said on the previous slide. Cervical cancer, the FIGO staging, all the way up to 19.2, it was the 2009 staging. So now in 19.3, it has been updated to the December 2018 FIGO staging. And that's the most recent FIGO staging for cervical cancer. And this is just like when you scroll through the FIGO staging for cervical cancer, now you will see that it's in concordance with the 2018 staging. And the medical logic and outputs have all been updated to go with the new updated FIGO staging system. And then for the NCCN support, we changed it a little bit with 19.3. So previously, for Korea, there's also HIRA. But so the page will look a little bit busy. You will have NCCN, you will have HIRA too. But previously, in 19.2, all of the NCCN support for all 5 cancers that we support for NCCN looks like this. So you have an NCCN link on the treatment plan page, and then you have this displayed on the treatment options page. So for the 19.3, for lung and breast and liver, it will still look exactly like this. So exactly the same as before. But for colon, rectal, and we added ovarian cancer, instead of displaying specifically next to the treatment options, it's actually only here now. So it says NCCN next to the treatment plan. It doesn't display the page number. So you have to click it to see the page number, and it'll take you to a PDF. So this PDF is like the HIRA book. You have to scroll, which takes a long time, but they added another arrow here. So if you get to the PDF page and you click on that arrow, it'll actually take you to the NCCN website. So I think that maybe some of our clients will like this because it's a little cleaner. I think some of our clients may not like this because we have less detail. You know, this is a lot less detailed than previously. So I just need to hear from any users whether you like the new way or the old way, because we can always make changes and make adjustments to this. So right now in 19.3, there are 6 cancers that is supported by NCCN. By the next release coming in December, it will be 11 supported by NCCN. And then by the first release next year, all the cancers will be supported by NCCN. So it will be part of every cancer type. And that's it. Any questions?
Thank you.